Good evening. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H evening news program for Monday, October the 2nd, 2016. Camera people, Jesse and Cody. Video engineer and producer, Russell. Sound engineer, Barry. Teleprompter and prompter, Myra. Starring as news anchor and meteorologist, Nicholas. And this is news director, LL Loca M. And now, the news.
Good afternoon and welcome to the DCTV 4-H News and Weather Program. Help keep our kids' news show on air by becoming a sponsor. To buy sponsorship, just call 970-697-4119. Hello, I'm Nicholas and the following stories from the Durango Herald. Water diversions on the Animas River begins Monday. Work to divert the Animas River into the city of Durango water intake upstream to the Whitewater Park begins Monday. In a news release, the city of Durango said crews are preparing to divert the water channel over newly constructed features. River users may experience up to 1 hour delays as a result of the work. Users may also note sediment in the water, which is expected to remain for about a day after the diversion is fully implemented, the release said. Rafters, boaters, and other recreational users are encouraged to scout the river for new obstacles and to proceed cautiously. According to the city's construction timeline, the Santa Rita and the stream structure on River Right should begin October 17th and take about 3 weeks to complete. This story is from the Cortez Journal. Mountain lion visits home on the west fork of the Dolores River. Jen and Rosamond submitted these photographs of a mountain lion as it walked up the lane at her home on Country Road 38 along the west fork of the Dolores River on Saturday, October 1st. As her approached the fallen tree, her husband Buzz Rosamond whistled to get the lion's attention, and Janie continued shooting pictures. Couldn't believe the pictures were even came out, she told the Journal later. I just about died. While it's not common to spot the reclusive lion, we do occasionally see them or have them visit us. A few years back here in Dove Creek, a young male lion spent some time sunning himself in the middle of Main Street. We should always remember that these are wild animals and can be very unpredictable, but be very careful not to startle them or approach too closely. In fact, it would be best if we found a refuge inside a building or car before taking a picture. Enjoy, but put safety first. Following stories from the Vice News from Mauna Loa. Global carbon emissions just crossed the scary threshold permanently. Carbon emissions just crossed this permanently intense from Manoa's Mauna Loa Observatory in Hawaii announced Wednesday that this is the first September on record when carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has exceeded 400 parts per million, a critical metric for climate trackers. Because plants across the northern hemisphere grow and absorb CO2 all summer long, early fall always has the lowest atmospheric carbon dioxide level of the year. This year it's at its highest. It's a higher lowest, so if we measure more than 400 parts per million in September, that means the levels won't be lower at any other point this year, or even ever again in our lifetime. Here's why. Even if efforts to reduce emissions are so successful that we stop burning fossil fuels and put it into deforestation, there is no feasible way to remove the huge amount of carbon we have released into the atmosphere. Historical data shows that how fast this has happened. Scientists say that we have to go back to a million years to find similarly high concentrations of atmospheric CO2. Since 1950, atmospheric carbon has shot up from about 310 parts per million to over 400 level we see today. It will only go higher, scientists predict. Dumb laws in California. Narco vehicles may not contain sound systems which allow someone to hear noises outside the vehicle. It's unlawful to give another fireworks. All persons wishing to keep rhinoceros as pets may obtain a $100 license first. Growing Orlando flowers is illegal. In Ontario, roosters may not crow in the city limits. In Pacific Grove, it is illegal to molest butterflies. In Palm Springs, it is illegal to walk a camel down Palm Canyon Drive between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m. And now the weather. Current weather report. The current temperature is 56 degrees. The high for today is 63 degrees. The low is 50 degrees. Wind are from 1 to 10 miles per hour from the southwest. The barometer is at 29.56 inches and is rising. The humidity is at 22%. Today there have been 0 hundredths of an inch of moisture measured by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 0 hundredths of an inch. Now here's our national weather outlook with the big map. We have a band of of rain along the Pacific from Washington to Central California. From Idaho south into Use and Utah and east into Minnesota, back south to run through Texas, there's more rain from the Dakotas into the Nebraska area has flash flooding possibilities. Most of the rest of the country is clear. There is some rain from Vermont, New Hampshire into New Jersey and South Georgia and Florida. There is some rain. And now I'll be giving you the 5-day forecast. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high 58, low 28. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high 65, low 29. Thursday, high 58, low 25. Friday, high 63, low 29. Saturday, partially sunny, high 67, low 33. Now for our climate change report. Last week, carbon dioxide is one of the principal causes of climate change, and is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability, resulting in significant swings worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures. Following our CO2 numbers for this week. CO2 in the week of October 1st, 2016, parts per million is 400.72. CO2 of 2 weeks ago, 487. CO2 last year, 397.25. CO2 10 years ago, 378.94. CO2 50 years ago, 318.64. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanza, National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth website for this information. Remember that you can help keep our kids' news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. To buy sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H news program. This is News Director L.L. Loca M. saying good night and thank you for watching.